All right, let's see if I can do this one-handed. This is my first ever Home Chef box. I got a coupon for them in the mail, and I love me a good coupon. What do we got? Treat 2 friends to the gift of delicious meals. Oh, wow, there's other cards in here. Maybe I'll show those off at the end. Who knows? We've got recyclable cold pack stuff, which is awesome. And then let's see. I have 4 meals in here. So let me get these all set up. Here, I see how it's working. Do you see what's in there? Can you see? We got 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, this one's interesting. I like it. And then down at the bottom, underneath everything else, this is also how HelloFresh does it. You have all of your meat buried under the ice, although in this weather in Minnesota, you don't need to bury them under ice because it's freaking freezing outside. All right, let me get myself organized and I'll get back to you. All right, so these are the things that were in that little green envelope. It's just a bunch of advertisements. We have a wine club, a Grove Collaborative, a Geico, and a dog food thing. And then hiding in the right behind the insulation against the box are your actual recipes. So here's all of my food all laid out, 4 different meals. I'm really excited. And as you'll notice, I actually took the time to pick 4 different proteins. So here are the recipes. We have bruschetta pork chops. This is what they will look like. And that's the ingredients right there. So they have everything that's not the meat all conveniently put together in a nice labeled bag for you. So you just got to pull that bag out, which is awesome. That's like pretty much every other meal kit that I've done, if I'm not mistaken. I did get one that was like a $3 upcharge, steak and garlic thyme butter. And we have some beautiful fillets. I have never cooked steak at home before, fun fact. So that's going to be new and exciting. Then we have this salmon, roasted salmon with ginger scallion sauce. I love a good salmon dish. Our last dish, if you'll notice, it's the only one that comes in this tray. This is supposed to be one of those easy peasy, put it all in one tray, put it in the oven and forget it type of meals. So it just requires a little bit less prep and only like 1 or 2 dishes, I think. I don't know, we'll see, but those are the 4 different recipes I have. We have chicken, we have pork, we have beef, and we have salmon. So our first Home Chef dish was the chicken with peppers and butter sauce. And oh my gosh, you guys, it was so good. It was heavenly. It was absolutely amazing. I didn't review it the night that I ate it because I kind of ran out of time. But holy cow, it was so good. So tonight we are having our second of 4 Home Chef meals. And tonight we are having salmon. This is what we're making tonight, roasted salmon with ginger scallion sauce. And what I have noticed, and I really appreciate, is just how simple these recipes are. The ingredients are just green beans. We've got a little bit of scallions here. We've got salmon. These are, in fact, farm-raised salmon fillets, but in the options, you do have the option to upgrade to wild caught. I didn't want to do that because I'm cheap. Chopped ginger, already chopped and ready to go. Teriyaki sauce, or this is sesame oil, teriyaki sauce, and garlic cloves, and that's it. It's that simple. It's super, super basic, and I'm really enjoying that about this brand. to my little filming space because it's filming day now, but I wanted to give you a quick little recap on my thoughts on Home Chef. All in all, I actually thoroughly enjoyed all of the meals that I got to eat. As a recap that you just saw, I made 4 different meals, 1 pork, 1 beef, 1 salmon, and 1 chicken. And believe it or not, I think the meal I had last night, the pork dish, was my least favorite, which is saying something because it was very, very good. Don't get me wrong, it was delightful, but I think that it was the least favorite out of all of the other meals. I think because the side dish and the topping was cold, so the only hot element on the plate was the meat itself. And for me, in the dead of winter in Minnesota, I really want dinners that are going to warm me from the inside out. You know what I'm saying? So the fact that there was a cold salad and cold bruschetta on top of this pork is probably what turned me off just a little bit. It made me ding the recipe in terms of which one was my favorite. Just a smidge, but the flavor was still there. The flavor was actually outstanding. I got a whole lot of spinach in the salad. It was truly quite delightful. I'm trying to think about which dish I would probably rank the highest, because the thing is the other 3 were all stellar in their own right. I think I have to rank 3. I have 3 places. I have the bruschetta in last place, the pork bruschetta. I have the salmon in the next place. The flavor, again, the flavor was absolutely outstanding. All of the Asian teriyaki ginger flavors were there. They were potent. They were lovely. And the salmon was beautiful. It turned out really, really nice. I'm very appreciative that I learned how to make salmon. Again, there's a couple different techniques I've used over my time with using different food subscription boxes, which is something I'm really enjoying. I don't do it regularly, but it's teaching me how to cook, which is a lot of fun. And so this taught me a different way to do the salmon, and it turned out great. Again, it lacked that wow factor. So that's gonna be in second place. And in first place, I'm putting the other 2 dishes because I was legitimately wowed by both of them. The first one was the pepper butter covered chicken breast and the broccoli. What was really great about that dish is, if you guys remember, it was all in one pan. So they have these like easy option meals that allow you to put everything in the pan. It happens really, really fast, and you put it in the oven and forget about it. And that was one of these meals. And I really, really loved that, because I made it on a work day. Like, while I was filming and doing all of those other things, I was able to run downstairs, I prepped the dinner, I was able to film it really fast and then set it and forget it for what, 35, 40 minutes? It was awesome. And then making like the butter topping, the butter and the sweetie peppers, I think they were called, like, it just took the chicken to a level I have never taken chicken to before in my life. It was so good. So good. Oh my gosh, I can't even handle how good it was. And then the steak. Guys, that was my first time making steak ever. And I'm a little bit proud of myself. It was our Sunday dinners, and it was lovely. And this steak that I cooked medium rare, I cooked it for less time than the recipe called for because my husband and I like our steaks medium rare. So we cooked medium rare. Mine was probably rare, actually, but it was still, it was so good. I liked my steak mooing. It was so good. And then with the garlic thyme butter sauce, I now understand why restaurants put butter on your steak. It's not just for the shine. It tastes so good. And this butter sauce, I ended up browning the butter a little bit in the pan accidentally, but I like the taste of brown butter, so it was fine. With the thyme and the garlic and the, oh my gosh, it was so good. So bottom line is, I really enjoyed every recipe that I picked out of Home Chef. The only complaint that actually my husband had more so than me, for me, in terms of my diet, they actually fit in quite well. They were higher in fat and they were higher in protein, which is great. I want high in protein, but they were pretty high in fat. But all things considered, they were pretty low carb. If you notice, there was not like a carb side dish ever. Now that I'm thinking about it, the chicken had broccoli, the pork had the salad, there were Parmesan twists with the steak, which was puff pastry dough, and then the salmon just had green beans. So it was literally a protein and a vegetable, which for me worked out so well. What I ended up doing to track the meal is I broke down the ingredients of the recipe and I tracked each ingredient individually, which usually clocked it in at a few less points than if you just use the nutrition information. because A, they don't actually tell you how much fiber is in any of it, and B, some of the things like the vegetables and whatever that are normally 0-point foods will get counted in the nutrition information in terms of carbohydrates and things like that. So to save myself a couple points, I broke down the recipes. The way I've been eating lately, I've been able to easily work these into my week, and it has been fantastic. And I haven't been overloading on the carbs. I've been really, really satisfied with the meals. It was great. My husband's big beef with the whole thing was, where's my carb side dish? Because he needs more food and he needs more carbs in order to stay full. So that was his only complaint, is he felt like he had to go find his own carbohydrate after we ate. I personally think that in terms of diet, the meals are very balanced, and I really enjoyed that. Overall, my experience with Home Chef was very, very positive. I liked how simple the recipes were, whereas I've used Blue Apron and stuff, and I fully plan on doing an entire video comparing all of the food subscription boxes that I have tried. I have one more coming in a couple of weeks, and then when I do that, I'll be able to sit down and just dig into all of them. But I really enjoyed how simple this one was. Like, the salmon had just like the 2 sauces and some garlic. Like, it was so much less complicated than Blue Apron or even HelloFresh. I was like, this is really easy. I felt like I made less of a mess. Everything, like some of the stuff was already done for me, like the already diced up ginger and everything. That was a godsend, because some of the boxes I've tried in the past sent me a whole bunch of ginger and like a legit like ginger root and want you to zest it and crush it up and do all that stuff yourself. Your girl, with her CMT hands, really prefers that the food be prepped for her, at least that kind of stuff. There was one time that I was supposed to dice up garlic or whatever, and I ended up saying, forget it. I cut it up in the video, and I never used it. I used my own minced garlic instead, because it comes in a jar, and it's already diced smaller than I could have cut it myself. But the fact that these recipes were so simple means that they are A, easy to replicate at home, and B, a lot less work, which is a lot of fun. I was able to cook all of these meals in less than half an hour, which was glorious, and I just really enjoyed the experience. I really, really did. If you are interested in Home Chef, I have a referral link for you. It's not because I'm affiliated with them. This is not a sponsored video. When you sign up for Home Chef, you get the chance to refer customers to them. You get $35 off if you use my link down below, and I get $35 off if you use my link down below. So everybody wins. If it's something you are interested in trying, go ahead and click that link. If you guys have any food subscription box suggestions that you think I should try, or anything like that, or you have experience with subscription boxes that you would like to talk about, go ahead and comment down below and let us know what you think of the whole meal kit delivery system thing, because I'd be very curious to know other people's opinions on it. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. It was a lot of fun to film, something a little bit different, more meal preppy type video, which I don't do very much of right now. So I hope you guys enjoyed this kind of different style video. And if you haven't already subscribed to my channel, you know where that little red button is. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye!